I originally came to OC Fit just because I was looking for somewhere to work out. I told Dan first time I sat down with him that I don't really know what I was doing in a gym. Health wasn't looking so great, and it was just time to start investing in myself. So I stuck around because of the results, really. That's what it came down to. I'm diabetic, only for the last couple of years. Luckily, I'm not insulin dependent, so a lot of it has diet and exercise tied to it to take down the amount of medication I'm going to be taking in the long term. After the first 6-week program I did, I really liked the results, and since then I've lost upwards of about 40-ish pounds now, so it's the results that keep me sticking around. I keep coming back because it feels good. It's nice to get that thing knocked out the first thing in the morning. I usually, if you ask Dan or Michelle, I'm usually first in, and they usually catch them before they even show up. So I keep coming just for the challenge. It's nice to be successful for the first thing in the day. So I became a member just around the end of July, and before that time, I was pushing 300 pounds. Nothing really fit in terms of clothes. I wasn't really healthy. I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. Like I said, type 2 diabetic. I had the meal sort of thing worked out because of my condition, but everything else was garbage. Always having back problems, always having a hard time getting up and down stairs and stuff like that. A lot of it was just not really taking time to sort of invest in myself. Figured that work was work, and that's where I kind of put myself into. So, eating well wasn't really something that was like fully understood for myself. I knew enough to get by in terms of my condition, and I kind of stuck with that. But sitting with Dan and with Kat and getting to know a little bit more about proper nutrition and proper exercise really started to push me into the right direction where I really like where I'm going right now. Very first time I came in, Olivia was there running the class, and I could barely keep up. I was getting winded within like 3 or 4 seconds of doing pretty much anything. Couldn't do push-ups, could barely keep up on the assault bike or the rowing machine. Now I'm crushing minutes straight, doing 100 feet plus on the Versa climber with really little to no sort of like major efforts. We did the 50 cal challenge on the bike there, and it was, even if it wasn't like the best time of the day for me, like to be able to pull it off in 2.5 minutes was a big deal for a guy my size and my fitness level. So it's been really good. Another big thing for me is like that leg machine. The biggest challenge for me is still the same as it was sort of before. I have a hard time with like time management, making time for myself. But one of the biggest changes for me has been able to be sticking to, the morning routine, getting up early, going to bed at the right time, and really just taking care of myself again, making sure that I'm putting certain things in priority versus just sort of letting things slide, because I'm not really much use to people if you don't take care of yourself. Honestly, losing weight, like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, is kind of using it as a bit of a litmus test. Couldn't close it. So every week I would try it on just to see like how much further I've kind of come along. And like I joke around with Dan and with Michelle too, like I buy stuff and it feels like within a week or so it doesn't fit anymore, which is, it's a good thing. Like it's a hard thing for me to sort of like realize that like I'm the same size I was 7 years ago now, and it just keeps dropping, keeps getting better. So people who are kind of on the fence about whether they want to join or not, I'd say look at yourself right now. If you can be humble and accept the fact that maybe you don't know everything and you don't know what you need to get further, sit down and have a conversation with Dan or Michelle. For those of you who are just kind of sort of on the fence, why wouldn't you want to invest in yourself?